XRP may be about to make one of the most spectacular rises in any asset that we have ever witnessed. And the figures I'm going to present to you are more than just remarkable. They truly are astounding. A slight increase, or even a double or triple, is not what we're referring to. We are discussing the type of spike that, based on concrete, quantifiable inflow statistics, may eventually push XRP into the high 3 or even 4 digits. And since institutional money is already moving towards cryptocurrencies and XRP is well positioned to take its part, the timing couldn't be more crucial. This isn't advice from money. Here's the truth. Advisors advised investors to limit their exposure to cryptocurrency to no more than 1% to 2% for many years. In 2017, that was regarded as audacious. However, the subject has now entirely shifted. Tom Lee and other financial analysts argue that the typical investor should aim for 5% to 10%. Additionally, if you're younger, 20% or more is definitely within the bounds of wise allocation. This is exactly in line with the mathematical models developed by BlackRock. Consider the implications: a worldwide change in investment approach towards blockchain assets rather than only stocks and bonds. You may give yourself a competitive advantage here while the rest of the world is still catching up. My Ultimate Millionaire Investor Guide 100x Stocks is under the pinned comment below this video, with a comprehensive text, striking graphics, and a unique video tutorial that demonstrates just how to spot potentially game-changing stock chances before they blow up. It's a comprehensive strategy package. You can apply its actionable, data-backed research immediately. This is something that anyone who is serious about expanding their investment knowledge will want to have in their toolbox. Seize the opportunity while it lasts. Directly beneath this video is a pinned remark. Additionally, when you deposit $100 via my Moomoo link, you will receive free NVDA shares worth up to $1,000, since I want you to have the opportunity to have additional cash working for you. Both the description and the pinned remark contain the offer. Avoid leaving free money lying around. Let's now examine the money flow in detail. We're not talking about a few affluent people purchasing cryptocurrency. Nearly every significant financial sector is getting ready to invest in blockchain assets. $8.5 trillion in insurance firms under management. 5.2% of total assets are hedge funds, 56 trillion pension funds. Recall that regulatory pathways for crypto inclusion in retirement funds like S401ks and IES have just opened. $40 trillion in broking firms. For banks, $22 trillion. $9.6 trillion is allocated to sovereign wealth funds. $5.5 trillion for family offices. This is the size of the capital base that will now be discussed. At present, the total value of the cryptocurrency industry is only approximately $4 trillion. According to projections, the next 10 years will cost $100 trillion, and that's before accelerating factors like tokenization take off. This is where things get interesting with XRP. About 4% to 5% of the entire cryptocurrency market is currently held by XRP. The dominant cryptocurrency is Bitcoin. Next to XRP is Ethereum. The SEC case, however, is over. There will soon be ETF products for XRP. The rate of adoption and integration is rising. It would be easy to increase that 5% market share to 7%, 8%, or even 10% over the coming years. Assuming a conservative scenario in which XRP retains only 5% of all capital inflows, the oncoming institutional wall of money would amount to $1.48 trillion entering XRP's market capitalization. The twist, though, is this: market caps for cryptocurrencies don't respond to inflows one at a time. Thin liquidity means that a dollar invested frequently causes the market capitalization to move by 50, 100, or more. According to historical trends, multipliers for XRP might range from 25x to 100x under specific liquidity circumstances. In this case, $1.48 trillion in inflows multiplied by 25 yields a $37 trillion market capitalization for XRP, or roughly $620 per coin. Each token is worth more than $1,000 to $100 at a 50x multiplication. If you multiply by 100, you're talking about $2,500 for each XRP, and that's before taking the tokenization of treasuries into account. reducing the amount of circulating supply or any other catalysts triggered by utilities through staking. Multipliers now compress over time as liquidity deepens, maybe reaching 10x or 25x. However, the math justifies these drastic actions in the short term during strong influx spikes. Furthermore, all 50 of the world's biggest corporations are considering blockchain technology for tokenizing assets and services, as well as for cryptocurrency holding. NVIDIA is one example. Although it is most known for GPUs, it also provides businesses with services. These services can be tokenized and deployed on blockchain rails by businesses such as Microsoft, Oracle, and others. And this type of fast, inexpensive transaction environment is precisely what the XRP ledger is designed for. Let's now discuss 𝗙𝗶 acquisition of an initial $100 million worth of Ripple shares, one of the most recent significant actions. It's Ripple equity, not XRP directly. As a firm, Ripple owns around 41 billion XRP tokens, or 41% of the entire supply. Ripple would be worth roughly $135 billion if its value were solely determined by its holdings in XRP at present prices. Their indirect exposure to XRP at an implied cost of 47 per token, however, comes from 𝗙𝗶's transaction, which values Ripple at roughly $19 billion. In what way? It is around 47 billion when you divide Ripple's $19 billion capitalization by its 41 billion XRP holdings. Regular investors cannot replicate that technique unless they are purchasing equity directly from Ripple, and it is far below market value. This is a business-level decision that will cause other businesses to question why they aren't following suit. Because businesses that possess infrastructure and have control over sizable reserves will have a strategic edge once XRP's position as the main blockchain for international settlement is solidified, as it is already beginning to accomplish. The long-term value capture could be tremendous. This leads us to the purchase of Whale Financial by Ripple. In addition to processing billions of dollars worth of B2B stablecoin payments every year, Whale also integrates with SWIFT, C, and other international payment systems. That 10% is now moving through Ripple's network since Whale is now a part of it, providing them with immediate scalability and reach. Dominance in infrastructure is on the horizon. Institutions, such as banks, are realizing that waiting is not an option. Blockchain rails are no longer a cutting-edge technology. Global finance requires speed, compliance, and cost-effectiveness. Ripple is working quickly to secure as much of that infrastructure as they can. A digital asset investor put it in the best possible words. The technicals of XRP now have a clear path to a significant move. With possible jumps to 13/15s, the next wave's minimum short-term aims fall between 8 and 11. According to historical rally structures, those are reasonable. From there, the upside might go much further, contingent on market mood